welcome to episode 28 of Vibrant Life. I'm Jessica Parker. I'm a holistic health coach with a master's in health psychology and a fitness instructor. So, a couple episodes ago, I went over my experience with this quote virus. I will be speaking in code so that my information doesn't get removed, but I had the virus, I have the antibodies, I tested, and I just wanted to share my experience with it, the things that I did. If you haven't reached out to me yet and you want to know what I did, I am happy to forward information, not from me, but from some other people that I have followed for a while who used protocol from doctors, and they shared that, and they also shared resources for where you can get certain things if you don't know where to get certain things. And I'll be a little bit vague, but again, let me know if you need that. You can email me at jess@healthwithjess.com or message me here wherever you're watching this or listening. So the reason I wanted to dive into this as kind of a part two is because I know a lot of people who are coming down with this virus right now. And I just have to say that they are people who have both been sauced, is my code word for the in the arm thing, and not sauced. So from my perspective and observation, it's happening pretty much equally in both camps. And I've seen plenty of research to back that perspective and validate it. So moving on from that, and that's not something that we need to talk about right now. That's not part of this the topic today, but I'm just going to go through some of the things I felt like I did right, and then some of the things I felt like I could have done better, in hopes that maybe it might help somebody who's trying to kind of prepare themselves or who's struggling right now. So what I do feel like I did right, the first one is so incredibly important, and I can't drive this home enough. I made sure that I was familiar with all the things that were, working for people. And pretty much if you asked me for the protocol that I used and I send it to you, like that's pretty much, I didn't do every single thing, but that's in a snapshot what I did. And so I made sure I had all those things on hand. Don't get caught really sick and then not having that stuff and like not knowing what to do. I had all the supplements. There are certain things that I already do just on a regular basis, but I just had enough so that if anybody in my household got sick, we could really ramp up the protocol and add things that we weren't using already. You just don't want to get caught off guard and then be scrambling and just not even feeling good enough or obviously being able to go out. So I had all this stuff, and then I upped my doses and added things right away. So I didn't wait until I was like, oh, this is bad. Because at first, I know it's different for everybody, but for me and for some people that I know who had it, it's like, well, it is cold and flu season. I just kind of feel like crap a little bit, but I went ahead and ramped it up right away because who knows, right? And included in that is the medication starting with an I that I probably shouldn't say, but in that protocol, if you ask me for it, there's information in terms of where to find it. So I had that on hand already. I'm in Oregon and it's hard to find now. Doctors are getting in trouble for prescribing it, which don't even get me started on that, but I had it on hand and I started taking it right away. I kind of debated it, and just because I didn't know, I don't want to start taking it and not need it and then need it later, but I went ahead and started, and truly I noticed a huge difference. I've shared before that my symptoms were not crazy. I basically felt like I had the flu. I had a little bit of respiratory stuff, which makes me nervous because I have past experience with bad bronchitis that just got a little scary. So I am more susceptible. But I really didn't have any horrible experience, and I didn't go into the hospital or anything. So, but I did start feeling pretty crappy. It would kind of get worse during the afternoon, evening, and that achiness. And a couple of times I started to feel like a little pukey. And it just so happened that it was like when I was supposed to take the eye medication. And I'm not kidding, within like 20 minutes, the worst symptoms had subsided. So that was so good. It was so good. Because you can even rest better when you're not feeling quite as crappy, when it's not at that like really peak. So another thing, I shared it in my other video, but I did because I am more susceptible to respiratory stuff, but I also feel like that's like one of the worst parts of this particular illness. So I would recommend looking into it for anybody. But I purchased a pink Himalayan salt inhaler. Did not know what they were before, but I had started doing halotherapy downtown. It's basically a sauna. It looks like a sauna, but you're not going in there and having the actual sauna experience. You're not going in there and sitting in heat. It's just a sauna without the heat, and it has a little box, a little machine that disperses salt into the air, and you sit in there and you breathe it in. And I did research on it and how it really, salt attracts those toxins and impurities, whether it's in the air or inside you and what you're breathing. And so if you sit in there long enough and really take deep breaths, it can capture those impurities and take them out of your body. So I've read about people, oh my gosh, it makes such a difference with, I had junk in my chest, or I have asthma, or, whatnot. So I was doing it at first just to have the experience of it, because I'm a health coach and I like to share things with other people that might be helpful. People, like I just said, with asthma in particular, or seasonal allergies, which I don't have, but it's something, again, I can share with other people. It's also supposed to be really good for your skin. So anyway, so I did that a few times. And then when other people started getting the virus more around here, I did it more, but not enough. So that's where I will go into my other section of what I did wrong. Or what I could have done better, I'll say that. So I definitely really feel like I should have done stuff like that more. I should have gone in and done the halotherapy like a few times a week to really get the benefits of it and take those preventative measures, especially somebody like me who is more susceptible. Anybody else out there who has asthma or any kind of respiratory stuff, I would highly recommend looking into it. So back to the pink Himalayan salt inhaler, obviously when I was sick, I couldn't go in. So I was thinking there has to be something that I can just like a little machine, like a halotherapy little machine that I can put in my bathroom and sit in there and have the machine go in and breathe in. Breathe very deep. Take lots of big, deep breaths if you do this, because we tend to just take shallow breaths and you want it to get like deep into your lungs. So anyway, I ordered a pink Himalayan salt inhaler online, and it's basically giving you those same benefits, but I don't have it with me, but in my other video I showed it, and it is just this little ceramic, like a bottle. I mean, it looks kind of like a vase, but the neck kind of curves, and you put pink Himalayan salt in the bottom, and then you just put your mouth on it and breathe in and then out through your nose. And you're supposed to do it for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And I noticed a huge difference when I was really experiencing that like chest congestion, which did make me a little bit nervous. It never got like horrible, but it made me nervous. So I would highly recommend that, because obviously you can just have it at home. The thing is, and they're cheap, they're like less than 20 bucks. The thing is though, you can't share it with other people, because obviously not only are your germs on it, but they're going inside of this and you can't really clean it. I mean, yeah, I just don't even know how that would work because of how intricate it is. And then everything's inside. You can't pull it apart. It's just one ceramic vessel basically. So anyway, so that's something I did that I wish that I had done more of beforehand. And then the rest sleep thing. Oh my gosh, I'm not good at this. I am not very good in this department at all. I do struggle a little bit with the sleep thing, but I also am not a good rester. So I kind of went up and down with, oh, I'm better, and then, oh, I'm not better. I work from home, my kiddo homeschools, so that's wonderful, but it also makes it, I like to work. And obviously he can't just stop school because I'm sick, you know? And so I just kind of plowed through, and I really should have taken at least one good day off and just laid in bed or on the couch and watched movies or something like that. And I didn't do that. I'm never, like, I'm not a napper. I'm not good at resting. And sometimes you really need to. I will say there were a couple times where, because I got really achy, there were a couple of times where I just laid down for a little bit. Just laid down, you know. But I would highly recommend, if you are like me, don't do that. Absolutely just push pause and rest and let your body recuperate, because it'll just, obviously you'll tack those days on to the healing process, and you don't want to do that. And you could also just kind of make things a little bit worse if you're allowing it to hang on longer. So rest, sleep for sure. If it's sunny at all, I know it's like not the time of year for that, but go outside. And you know, vitamin D is one of those things that they're associating with this virus. I mean, it's something we kind of all struggle with in the Pacific Northwest anyway, but if you are in a place where you could get some sunshine, if you're sick, go out and lay in the sun. And that's the best way. That is the best source of vitamin D. Even if you do it for 20 minutes, you know, do it. So next, not continuing, I can't really read my own writing, not continuing with my protocol long enough. So that was kind of along with not resting enough, you know, and then I was like, I'm feeling great now. And then all of a sudden I'm not. I did not continue my, like when I was feeling okay, then it was like, okay, I just kind of forgot. It wasn't that I made a decision to not take enough supplements or, you know, it was just, I'm feeling good. So it's not something on my mind. And don't do that. Whether you put a reminder in your phone or just leave all your stuff out and make sure you do it first thing in the morning or whatever, just whatever will trigger that reminder, do that. Because it's kind of like somebody who has an infection and they're taking antibiotics and they don't take it long enough, and then that infection resurfaces because it was really never gone all the way, that kind of thing. Like, just make sure that you keep going longer than when you're feeling okay. So if that makes any sense. I don't have a specific amount of time, but just prolong it and make sure you're really, really better. Not doing enough. Oh, and I already said that in terms of the halotherapy. I really do think that I should have done that pre-infection protocol more. There are other things I could have done more. I was doing the infrared sauna at the same place, and I could have done that more, you know, because I really wasn't doing it very much, like here and there. And it's something that keeps inflammation down and really helps your body detox just the normal daily toxins that we take in. And if your body is getting overwhelmed by toxins at all, then you're just making it harder to fight off infection. So that's something, if you have if access to infrared sauna, do it. And if you're feeling like, wow, people are dropping like flies around me, do these things to ramp up your immune system. So I think that is all I have for you. Again, if you're wanting that protocol that I use that I got from other people, it's not my own protocol. I'm not a doctor. Then please do message me, email me, whatever. And last thing that I want to say is that I have noticed, because I just kind of sit back and observe, you know, there are some people that I know who are like so healthy and have gotten really slammed with it. One common thread that I've noticed in people who are really healthy, the people that I know, is that burning the candle at both ends thing, or stress. So that's huge. That is huge. So if you're feeling like, that's me, maybe peel back a little bit to give your body a chance to kind of get through this period without getting hammered. So if you guys have any questions or comments, of course, as always, let me know. You can find me at thatvibrantlife.com or Facebook, Vibrant Life, Instagram, _Vibrant Life. And then my podcast is sponsored by my family-owned and operated business, Oregon Valley Farm. We sell pasture-raised beef, pork, and chicken, grass-fed and finished beef. You can also get grain finished now, all non-GMO, no antibiotics, no added hormones, and we ship to your door depending on where you live. So check our website at oregonvalleyfarm.com. You can find that info in the FAQs. And if you're local, you can pick it up. So, all right, you guys, have a good day.